Today is World Suicide Prevention Day, and I mention that because, as you may know, I have suffered from depression for many years, and I believe that communicating, really sharing, is the key to preventing suicides. We found out firsthand the power of sharing. October 15th, 2009, when this guy, Tyson was watching.
I was in a lot of pain. I mean, I'd gone through a lot of days in a row of just pain, confusion. I didn't know what was going on with me. I had made a decision that night that the next day I was going to end my life. I probably had one of the best sleeps I'd had in a very long time. All that pain, all that garbage going through my head and everything, it's going to be over today. I didn't know there was anything actually wrong with me. I just thought that I'm just some screwed up guy. I turned on Off the Record. I just recall, Mike and Stefan talking about, their thoughts, like at their darkest times, their thoughts, what they were going through and stuff. And it was like, next thing you know, I'm sitting there watching Off the Record, bawling my head off, pointing at the TV screen and nodding and just saying, that's me. Everything they're talking about in terms of their thoughts, the beliefs and things like that, it was like they both reached out of the TV screen and slapped me across the face. I wrote out an email to Mike, basically saying that, I thought it was really, really cool that him and Stefan shared something so personal, that it probably would help some people. And, I believe I mentioned that at that point I felt it was too late for me, but, just that it was really cool that someone was probably going to get help from that show. I had a belt rigged up to the clothes rod in my closet, and that was the way I had chosen to do it. On my computer, it always sent this loud ding when someone replied, like when someone emailed me, and I heard that. And so I went back to my computer, looked at the screen, and there was Mike's email address. It was basically Mike asking me, why I felt it was too late, and asking me if I'd ever tried to get help for what I was going through, which I hadn't. We shared maybe 7 or 8 emails that afternoon. After each one that I wrote to Mike, I would get up and walk to my room and get things a little more set up to finish the job I had started. And I know at one point I got to the hallway and that ding went off, and out loud I just looked back at the computer and I said, this guy doesn't shut up even on email. After we were done messaging back and forth, what he said made sense to me, and it's almost like I realized that, okay, yeah, I never did tell anyone up until that day what I was going through. I never even tried a little bit to get any sort of help for what I was going through. I knew deep down there was a little flicker in there that didn't want to die. I can't go out, I can't end it without at least trying. 6 years later, I'm sitting here staring into this camera, telling my story. Sharing saves lives. It's that simple. If one person, makes a phone call from this, if one person sends an email to someone asking for help, reaching out, then I'll do it every day of the week.
If you've thought about ending your life, I'm not going to say don't do it, because telling people not to seldom works. I will say only this. Please don't think that nobody understands. Tyson does, Stefan does, and so do I.
Off the Record with Michael Landsberg, brought to you by the Keg Steakhouse and Bar. Great food, great conversation. We'll see you tonight. Michael Landsberg's wardrobe provided by Got Style, voted Toronto's best menswear store.